My daddy's gonna sue you!
Every now and then I have this thing that happens in my skull where it's like I have an idea. I don't know if any of you can relate, but every blue moon or so I have a thought. And the thought that came to me was, 2020, good start. I'm losing weight. I'm doing well on YouTube. Granted, it's only been like 3 days, but hey, whatever. Gotta be grateful for what you have and all that. But it seems like not everybody else is having such a good 2020. The gift that Take-Two Interactive decided to give to Gaming Damned was a lawsuit for $500,000 at least. That's not even accounting for lawyer fees or anything like that. Gaming Damned being the YouTuber that I covered a few months ago in my video on Take-Two Interactive harassing a Red Dead Redemption modder. He's a bit of a controversial person in the community. Some people find him to be obnoxious and mean, and some people think that he's a very talented modder and a nice person. I don't know which, nor do I care. It's none of my concern, really. So in this video, I'm just gonna summarize some of the points that Take-Two brings up in their lawsuit, because the document they filed is actually available online. I'm not gonna put it in the video info down below because it is hosted on a torrent site. I don't know if that's cool with YouTube, so I'm just not gonna do that, but if you want to check it out for yourself, then you can easily find that online. So a few years ago, Gaming Damned attempted to do a map conversion mod for GTA 5 by taking the map from Red Dead Redemption 1 and putting it in GTA 5. This is not something new. People have done the same thing with GTA Vice City's map in San Andreas and stuff like that. But apparently Take-Two Interactive begs to differ. They're like, no, this is not okay. It infringes our rights. And so they filed a cease and desist. And yeah, for a while that was the end of it. That is, until Gaming Damned decided to attempt another project. This project being a visual enhancement mod for Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC. The name of this project being Red Dead Redemption Damned Enhancement Project. Now you might be thinking, well, wait, hold on. Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC? That's not even a thing. What are you talking about, Sweg? It may not be a thing officially, but there is an emulator you can play the game on. That being the Xenia Xbox 360 emulator. In a nutshell, Gaming Damned's plan was to make a visual enhancement mod for Red Dead Redemption 1, with the purpose of you playing that mod on PC via the Xenia emulator. Now bear in mind, Take-Two Interactive hated the idea of the Red Dead Redemption 1 map being playable in GTA 5. Just that alone was a problem. So you can only imagine that as soon as you bring console emulation into it, it immediately escalates from there. They contacted Gaming Damned. They also contacted his family, despite them obviously having all to do with any of this. If any of you out there are familiar with the YouTube channel Jim Can't Swim, you know that there are interrogation tactics cops tend to employ when questioning a witness or a suspect. From what I've heard, some of these tactics were actually used during a phone call between a Take-Two Interactive representative and Gaming Damned. What I mean by this is that they talked down to him repeatedly, which is a tactic known as ego down. Something else that ties into ego down is not allowing him to protest anything they're saying. So when Take-Two Interactive talks down to him and he attempts to interject and say, well, no, here's why you're wrong, they immediately cut him off and just talk over him. And another technique they employ is telling him, we want to give you this opportunity. It's kind of a nice way of saying, you're and the only way you're gonna get out of this is if you cooperate and do what we want you to do. Based on what I've heard, a lot of stuff like this happened during the phone call. And there's nothing illegal about it either. That's kind of the messed up part about it. Like, anyone can do this. So of course, if Take-Two Interactive can use a method like interrogation techniques to manipulate somebody like Gaming Damned into just surrendering, then of course they're gonna do that. But it seems like Gaming Damned has not given up. In fact, he's been very outspoken about this on social media. Take-Two, fine, you win. Red Dead Redemption 1 project cancelled. Happy? Stop the lawsuit, I have a damn life. You guys should had waited, I was gonna contact you this week. Jeez, you don't need to sue. Despite what you think, you guys really killed modding. We'll do an announcement video today, guys. Now there's a whole lot more I could show you, but for the sake of keeping this video on point, I'm just gonna cut to the chase and show you some interesting parts of the lawsuit that I found kinda odd. Take-Two brings this action to maintain control over its world-famous video games in the face of Wyckoff's publicly stated intent to distribute unauthorized software files that would dramatically change the content of Take-Two's video games. Those unauthorized changes include, but are not limited to, importing the entire game map of 2010's Red Dead Redemption into the 2018 game Red Dead Redemption 2. The first software project that Wyckoff has announced modifies and alters Red Dead Redemption 2 to add the full Red Dead Redemption 1 game map to the Red Dead Redemption 2 game map. That being the quote, Red Dead Redemption 2 project. Okay, here's the thing. I contacted Gaming Damned about this today, and I asked him, were you planning on doing this? Were you planning on taking the Red Dead Redemption 1 map and putting it in Red Dead Redemption 2? To which Gaming Damned said no. So right off the bat, it's not even a matter of, is this justifiable? Rather, it's a matter of, did you do this? The document goes on to include a clip on Twitch that kind of indicates that he intended to do this, and so of course Take-Two Interactive will use that as evidence. On November 16th, 2019, Wyckoff posted a video of himself at twitch.tv shown below, in which he explains, starting at 35 minutes in, that the Red Dead Redemption 2 project will involve, quote, more than a graphics mod for Red Dead 2. Specifically, he admits that Red Dead Redemption 2 project will involve some, quote, extensions to New Austin, and that, quote, Mexico is going to be restored in Red Dead Redemption 2 completely. He also explains that he will be making various changes to Red Dead Redemption 2 to, quote, fix elements of the game that he does not like, including some of the main character's clothing and his hair. As discussed above, a territory analogous to Mexico is currently not part of Red Dead Redemption 2's virtual world. It is, however, a part of the virtual setting for Red Dead Redemption 1. In other words, Wyckoff admittedly is altering and modifying Red Dead Redemption 2 by adding the Red Dead Redemption 1 game map into Red Dead Redemption 2 and making changes to the appearance of the main character in the Red Dead Redemption games. Take-Two has not had a problem with people modifying Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC, and it doesn't seem like they have that much of a problem with people modding it on console. I think it's obvious that they're tacking this onto the lawsuit as a means of making him look as bad as possible. Like, not only did he do all of this other stuff, but he's also doing this. Plenty of people do the exact same thing he's done, but I guess it's only bad when he does it, huh? Wyckoff has made other statements indicating that his Red Dead Redemption 2 project will add content to Red Dead Redemption 2 that Take-Two did not intend to include in the game. For example, on December 11th, 2019, Wyckoff released a tweet indicating that he and, quote, others plan to, quote, restore content in Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, so here's the tweet. Check out my bud's video. Huge things to come. Me and him and others plan to restore as much cut content back into Red Dead Redemption 2. Stay tuned. How many people have done the exact same thing? You know, Bully alone has a ton of beta recreation mods, but yet again, when Gaming Damned does it, you see, that's when it's incriminating evidence. And so I think a lot of people should keep their eyes on how this plays out. Like, how's this evidence gonna be treated? If it's wrong for him to modify the hairstyle of Arthur Morgan, is that gonna apply to other people in the modding scene? I really wanna know, you know, because evidently there's no consistency on that, but there are more points in this document that actually have some validity to them. The second software project that Wyckoff has announced, which he calls Red Dead Redemption Damned Enhancement Project, would import modified game files from GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 1 to vastly improve the graphics and performance of the game, which players can then use to play an enhanced version of Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC, a platform where Take-Two has not yet made the game playable. Now, the statement that follows this is really odd, thereby destroying the market for an official updated version from Take-Two. Now let's be honest, this would not, definitely not, destroy the market for an official PC version of Red Dead Redemption 1. Wyckoff is well aware that the Red Dead Redemption 2 project and Red Dead Redemption Damned Enhancement project are unauthorized and infringe Take-Two's rights. Because Take-Two had hoped to resolve the parties' dispute without requiring judicial intervention, it contacted Wyckoff prior to bringing this lawsuit and demanded that he cease his willful and infringing conduct. Wyckoff not only refused to honor Take-Two's request, he indicated that if Take-Two tried to stop his projects, the infringing files would be leaked by him or others. Another thing they mention is Gaming Damned soliciting donations. Now, you could argue that this was for the purpose of building a legal defense fund. Gaming Damned knew that Take-Two would pursue legal action, and so it made sense for him to have some money for legal defense. The problem, though, is that you're distributing files that you don't have the legal rights to distribute, and while doing that, you're making money. Even if it's a small amount, you're still seeing profit. So this is another point that I think could bite him in the ass if he loses, which, if I'm gonna be honest, I think he will. We're talking about a company that has a highly skilled legal defense team at their disposal. So before I wrap up this video, I just want to let you all know that Gaming Damned wants people to get vocal about this. If Take-Two Interactive has a problem with you doing something like this, then they will use the fact that you just modified one of their games against you in a court of law. They'll just mention that, like, oh yeah, and him for this too. That's also a problem now, but you know, not when other people do it. And I'm not talking about the project itself. I'm talking about mods that are outside of that. $500,000. You know, something tells me the damages are not that high. And like I said at the beginning of this video, that's not even accounting for lawyer fees. I don't know what Gaming Damned's financial situation's like. Maybe he's well off, maybe not. I don't know, I'm not gonna presume. What I do know is that very few people are enthusiastic about the prospect of losing $500,000. If any of you watching this video feel like helping out Gaming Damned, then you can do so by sharing this video around and talking to people about this. Let them know what's going on and tell them all about it. I've seen some people talk about this, but honestly, it feels like people just kind of forgot about it. They've been harassing this person for weeks. They've also been harassing their family. They also harassed a Borderlands YouTuber, which eventually drove him to shutting down his own YouTube account. They filed a bunch of false copyright claims like 50 fucking times. And just to be clear, I don't think any of the scummy, questionable stuff that Take-Two gets up to vindicates Gaming Damned. I think both sides have done things that they shouldn't do. I think Gaming Damned has been reckless when it comes to talking about this. I mean, if you just look at the document, you'll see that some of his tweets are used as evidence. And the same thing could be said about Take-Two Interactive. Harassing somebody's family, despite the fact that they have nothing to do with this lawsuit, is, I don't know, how can you even possibly make an argument in favor of that? I'm hopeful that he's gonna bring that up and say, hey, what about this shit? You know, if you want to portray yourself as being victimized by me, what about my family? You don't think any of that counts? Cause it does. Anyway, like I said, Gaming Damned, best of luck. I do think that you should win, but I don't think you will. But hey, I guess we'll find out. Anyway, that's it for this video. You folks, as always, stay classy. Peace.